This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Scott Dennis has the evening off. Topping our news, the latest on the attempted terror attack in New York City, which is not believed to be directed by ISIS. ABC7's Elizabeth Hurd joins us now live from New York City with more details. Elizabeth?
Good evening. We're learning 4 officers on routine patrol were inside the Port Authority bus terminal behind me here when they first heard what they saw, actually people running for cover, and then the officials tell us they then saw the suspect on the ground, injured, with what looked like wires coming out of his clothing. Disaster averted.
If I don't believe in no God, I believe in God today. That's the only thing I could say.
Just before 8 a.m., Port Authority surveillance cameras capturing the explosion inside the largest bus terminal in the world, sending commuters scrambling.
I heard something say boom. I saw smoke and I got out of there.
Police rushing to the scene, arresting the suspect after a brief struggle. That suspect now identified as 27-year-old Akayed Ullah.
Preliminary investigation at the scene indicates this male was wearing an improvised, low-tech explosive device attached to his body. He intentionally detonated that device.
Authorities revealing the pipe bomb had wires attached to it and held a battery pack. We are told the device did not detonate fully, seriously wounding only the suspect.
This was an attempted terrorist attack. Thank God the perpetrator did not achieve his ultimate goals.
ABC News also learning the 27-year-old suspect, originally from Bangladesh, now living in Brooklyn, has been in the U.S. for 7 years. The FBI is searching the suspect's Brooklyn apartment, where sources say the 27-year-old assembled the device following online instructions. Back in Manhattan, the scene now cleared, with many commuters taking it all in stride.
I was a little upset earlier, but right now I'm not upset at all. Things happen all over. You know, I'm not going to change my plans.
Now, we learned 3 other people did get checked out for headaches and ringing in the ears, but again, no serious injuries reported here other than the suspect, who right now is at a New York City hospital talking to detectives, allegedly admitting he did this because he was inspired by ISIS. Reporting outside Port Authority in New York City, I'm Elizabeth Hurd, ABC News. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Well, if you heard a loud boom coming from Tampa Bay over the weekend, you're not alone. It shook homes in Pasco, Hillsborough, and Polk counties over the weekend. Tampa Bay is surrounded by military bases, so it's notorious for creating mysterious booms attributed to military tests. Government agencies say they're not responsible and they're not sure what is. However, a spokesperson for the North American Aerospace Defense Command says 2 F-15 fighter jets were given permission to fly at supersonic speed, about 760 miles per hour, over the Gulf of Mexico, but it is not confirmed that that's what caused that large boom. Well, a pretty chilly day outside today, but by Florida standards, of course. Let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Steve Newman.
If you compare it to the snow it's going on in the Great Lakes, upstate New York right now, this is a piece of cake, although a little frosty in some inland areas. Clear and not as cold tonight. We're going to go up about 8 degrees in overnight low temperatures. Under the clear skies, the winds are slackening off, and rain, not one drop to be found anywhere in the Sunshine State as we sweep on the full range of all the state's radar sites at this overnight hour. Let's take a look at our forecast. Speaking of overnight, the futurecast in high definition shows light and variable winds. Not a cloud in the sky to get out over the Gulf of Mexico. A few out there, but it's going to be clear, starlit, a beautiful night. Not as cold. Tomorrow's going to be a warmer day. Well, how much warmer is it going to get? Well, I'll be telling you that in about 5 minutes, but look at the clear and starlit forecast for tonight. Temperatures dropping through the 40s. Maybe upper 30s in some inland areas toward dawn. Our complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Tonight, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is mourning the loss of one of their canines. Ito went missing from his handler's house on Saturday night and was found dead earlier today. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live with more details on this story. Christopher?
Good evening. It was a sad outcome in the day-long search for Ito. But tonight, questions still remain as to what happened to the dog.
Officers from the Northport Police Department carried out the body of canine Ito this morning, the dog draped in an American flag. The dog's handler, we're told, is devastated.
A canine is definitely a part of the family. Generally, a canine handler spends more time with their police canine than they do with their own family.
We now know Ito has been with Private First Class Sean DeVoli for 2 years. Police say on Saturday the dog went missing from his cage in DeVoli's garage.
Could it be something as the dog just got out? Could it be something as somebody lifted the gate and got it out? We just don't have those answers right now.
The circumstances around his disappearance are being investigated. Initial reports say the dog's cage had not been broken and that the latch was still closed. Ito was found this morning off Cranberry Road, right along a wooded area.
The initial observation of the dog, if you will, did not show any outward injuries. So that is something we're going to have to just wait for that scientific evidence to come back a little bit to really help us out there.
A necropsy is being performed. Many in the community expressed sadness today. Kevin Angel is a law enforcement consultant who brought his own drones out Sunday to look for the dog.
It's sad. It's just like losing one of our law enforcement officers. That dog works every bit as hard, goes into dangerous situations, and now, we won't have that animal available to us.
Does suggest that all local law enforcement agencies purchase GPS collars for all of their canine officers to wear at all times. Tonight, the question still remains how Ito got out of the handler's home and went missing. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Christopher. A Sarasota County man is sentenced to 50 years in prison and will be on probation as a sex offender following his release. Christopher McWatt was convicted after a jury found him guilty of possessing child pornography. The images were found in his home after the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant in 2014. McWatt was convicted of possessing 40 images and videos of child porn on his external hard drive and computer, and the crimes carry a maximum possible sentence of up to 600 years. Well, derelict boats are causing problems for people in Palmetto. Nearly half a dozen abandoned or improperly maintained boats are sitting on the Manatee River, causing possible pollution, safety hazards, and an eyesore to those in that area. Palmetto Police Chief Scott Tyler says the department has not been out to remove any of those derelict boats in 45 days, and they rely heavily on marine enforcement and the Manatee County Sheriff's Office to take care of that. Tyler says he's well aware of the safety issues that some of these boats can cause, but there is a process.
We don't just go out there and tell somebody they got to pick up and move. We just don't go out there and tow the boat away. We have to notify owners. We have to, give them notice, give them an opportunity to comply, and so it's a little bit of a lengthy process, but we're anxious to get going with these new boats that have shown up and see what we can do.
Tyler says once the process is complete, it's a matter of his department and the Marine Enforcement Unit lining up their schedules to get those boats removed. The Sarasota Police Department is looking for young artists. It's asking for local middle and high school students to submit ideas for a cover photo for its 2017 annual report. The design must include the words Sarasota Police Department, the annual report 2017, and Chief Bernadette DePino. The police department wants students to share what the city and police department means to them through their artwork. All pieces should be submitted by January 12th, and there's more information about that contest on the police department's website. While holiday decorations can make your home merry and bright, they can also become dangerous. The Sarasota County Fire Department says celebrations can put homes at risk for fire. It suggests using battery-operated flameless candles instead of real candles, use flame retardant or non-combustible costumes and decorations. And if you're buying a real tree, make sure it's fresh, not shedding any needles, and watered properly. Also, have a fire extinguisher in the kitchen and make sure everyone knows how to use it.
Seeing your house in flames is the scariest thing to wake up to.
We get caught up with so many things that we forget some very basic safety reminders.
For the outside of your home, don't staple or use nails when you're hanging up your lights. Make sure to use clips because they are the safest option. Also check to see if your lights are rated for outdoor use. ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Richard, I understand records continue to fall on Wall Street on this Monday evening.
Jacqueline, you understand exactly correctly. 2 more record closes today, one for the Dow and one for the S&P. Ironically, the NASDAQ had the biggest move of the day, but did not close at a record high. The top to bottom range, 75 points, up 60 at the high of the day, down 15 at the low of the day. And the big news of this week probably comes on Wednesday, when the Fed and Janet Yellen in her swan song will probably announce an increase in rates of 1/4%. That's the consensus. Let's take a look at the figures from today, and indeed records they are. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, there it is, 24,386.03, a gain of almost 57 points, not quite 1/4% on volume of 709 million shares. The NASDAQ, no record, but up 1/2%, exactly 35 points at 6,875.08. That on a volume of 1,426 million shares. The S&P, there it is, a record, 8.5 points, up 1/3% at 2,659.99. Well, quite a day for Verizon and the National Football League. The two announced a $1.5 billion agreement whereby Verizon will allow people to access streaming video of NFL games regardless, excuse me, if you're a Verizon customer or for that matter an AT&T customer or for that matter Comcast, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. If you have a mobile device, a smartphone, you will be able to access streaming. It will start in January, so you will be able to see the playoffs this year. It will also go all the way through next season, so you'll be able to see all the games on your smartphone. And let me tell you, that's a big change from what it's been. And Jacqueline, I don't know which team you're rooting for, but you'll be able to watch them on your smartphone next year.
I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy about that. Well, Richard, any happy news for the happiest place on earth, as we all know, is Disney?
I got 2.5% happier today. Funny you should mention that. There's a small movie called Star Wars, The Last Jedi, that's coming out this Friday. I think an awful lot of people are excited about it, and apparently a lot of people think it's going to be a very good thing for Disney's bottom line.
All right. Thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, multiple wildfires burning in California, how one of the 5 burning in the state is making history. And meteorologist Steve Newman will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, if you find yourself going to the bathroom multiple times every night, we have some tips on how you can stay in bed and continue to get a good night's rest.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac. WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
The perfect musical for the holidays is live on the Players Center stage. Packed with the big band sounds from World War II, the 1940s Radio Hour is our boogie-woogie bugle boy answer to the holiday blues. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. The Players Wild Broadway series wishes you a Merry Christmas with the 1940s Radio Hour.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
The worst of 5 wildfires still burning in California, exploding in size overnight. The Thomas Fire grew by more than 50,000 acres on Sunday and continues to threaten homes. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest.
For a week, the Thomas Fire has burned ferociously and continues to show no signs of letting up. Now the 5th largest wildfire in California history, charring more than 350 square miles, an area larger than New York City.
My neighbor across the street pounded on my door at 3 in the morning. Debbie, get out! Debbie, pack your stuff, get out.
The fire pushing its way into Santa Barbara County, prompting evacuations for more than 30,000 residents, among them actor Rob Lowe.
Praying for the people in my area. Hope everybody's getting out safe like we are.
This time-lapse video showing a plume of smoke rising over Ventura and Santa Barbara in just 30 minutes. Nearly 800 structures there have been destroyed, with 18,000 still at risk. Some residents returning home to find nothing is left.
Oh my God! Right here. Oh my God.
Monday, there's now some hope for the rest of Southern California. Crews have gained the upper hand on the other fires, but as the smoke clears, the devastation remains.
I'm heartbroken, but we're thankful that we're alive, and that's the most important thing.
The reason it's been so tough to fight the Thomas Fire is because officials say it is burning in areas that have never burned in recorded history. The state has spent more than $34 million to suppress that fire. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah, just the entire state of California, almost somewhere there is a fire along that area.
From my hometown of Santa Rosa, now Southern California, to your family is being affected as well. Just awful, but here on the Sun Coast, we don't have any really severe weather other than our frosty morning in some inland areas. It's going to get warmer. Let's take a look at what it looks like out over the bay from our Van Wezel cam. The winds have calmed down, so we don't have the chop on the bay right now. That's a good thing. You can get out on the bay, but it will get windy tomorrow, so it's going to get rough again by tomorrow afternoon. Wind gust up to 25 miles an hour. And how cold was it? Well, it was 26 in Tallahassee, 28 in Gainesville. That's why they had the hard freeze warning in effect up in northern parts of the state. And there's even 52 at Miami and West Palm Beach. When it's 43 in West Palm, it gets their attention down there. Across our viewing area, some areas I was checking around like Mayaca Head, south of Mayaca City, and some interior parts of Manatee and Sarasota County, got down to like 34, 35, 36. So there was some frost inland, but it was brief and it warmed up quickly. Currently at the airport, it is 60 degrees, or 2.43, with a 53% humidity. And looking at sunrise sunset, 5:37. About 2 weeks ago, it was setting at 5:35 at the earliest point of the year. We've gained 2 minutes of daylight in the evening, but the mornings are still going to get darker until early January. I think 7:21 is the latest sunrise coming up in the 7th of January. Now, clear skies blowing down the state. You can see the light winds, but they're easing up. But we do have a front heading our way that'll be here when we're doing the weather tomorrow at this time. But right now, not a cloud in the sky, and radar shows no rain either. But it is snowing. This is not the lake effect snow we had yesterday and Saturday. It's a low Alberta clipper that's blown down from the Canadian prairies, joining with another one down to the south. And here's our futurecast showing that we have that big storm moving on to the east, and it's going to be bringing a wet commute tomorrow to the New York City area. And then by Wednesday, another major storm coming in from the prairies. So 2 waves of snow. If you're calling for friends up there to brag about our weather, it's going to be a time to be doing that as we warm back up into the 70s. Here's the weather pattern showing that big buckle in the jet stream. Temperatures moderating in the south, melting that snow where it's 58 in Atlanta. It was over 80 in Dallas, so that snow in the south is going to be melting. And here's your weather headlines. A thermal roller coaster coming up for the next couple of days with temperatures warming up slightly tomorrow, well, about 10 degrees, and then a cold front comes through and slams it back down 10 degrees for Wednesday. It's going to be windy tomorrow as well. Here's the futurecast showing that front well up there, but it's approaching us at a pretty good clip. Overnight tonight, clear skies, partly cloudy tomorrow, and here comes the front tomorrow afternoon, evening, bringing in a brief cool period, but by Thursday and Friday, it'll start to moderate the temperatures, but we do have some wet weather coming our way as well. I'll tell you about in a minute. Here's your forecast for tonight. It'll be clear and not as cold, certainly not frosty. Our low temperature 47, average 55, and winds will be calm. But that will change tomorrow morning as the front approaches. Winds from the northwest or west 10 to 20 miles an hour will gust to 25 in the afternoon. And that west wind blowing over the Gulf waters will allow us to warm up to 72, almost normal for this time of year. Now, here's our 7-day forecast showing we have breezy conditions tomorrow. Once the front passes by on Wednesday, drops down 10 degrees. It warms back a little on Thursday, and then another front coming through Friday brings a good chance of rain. Cooler temperatures for the weekend, but as we move into next week, the week before Christmas, I think we're over with this little occasional blast of cooler air. We'll start getting more seasonable weather. And Christmas Day, long-range forecast, you want to hear it, Jacqueline? 82 and sunny skies. I'm sticking my neck out, but we'll talk about it later. That's your weather.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Now to your first alert traffic. There is plenty of red on the map in Manatee County. Drivers can expect backup heading in and out of Palmetto. There's also some congestion on State Road 64 and State Road 70 near the interstate. In health news tonight, if you're living with type 2 diabetes, there is a possibility that you can put that disease in remission. That happened for some people by following a rigorous diet plan. A study published in the Lancet Medical Journal looked at 149 people living with type 2 diabetes. They underwent a liquid diet of about 850 calories a day for 3 to 5 months. They were reintroduced to solid food but maintained a structured diet for the rest of the year. Research found almost half of the participants were able to put that disease into remission without the use of medication. Well, if you find yourself getting up multiple times every single night to go to the bathroom, you're not alone. There are small but effective changes that you can make to get a better night's sleep. You can avoid dairy, limit your intake of fluids 2 hours before bedtime, check to see if you have sleep apnea, make sure to exercise and elevate your legs because swelling in your legs will wake you up more often overnight to urinate. Age is also a factor. As we get older, our bodies make less of a hormone that allows us to retain fluids, so our bladders fill more rapidly. It's also important to talk to your doctor because frequent urination can also be a sign of an underlying medical condition. Coming up, do girls do it best? A new study finds young women may have the most important skills needed for future jobs. And how a school project turned into making hundreds of dollars for a group of local students.
Florida Studio Theater presents Mac the Knife, celebrating the spirited and immense talent of one of the greatest performers of the 20th century. Featuring some of Bobby Darin's biggest hits such as Splish Splash, Beyond the Sea, Dream Lover, and of course, Mac the Knife. Critics say Mac the Knife is energetic, performed with great spirit, full of impressive arrangements. Audiences are calling it outstanding in every way. Mac the Knife is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork for free, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Don't let chronic lower back pain slow you down. Get moving and stay active with a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost. We also accept Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna, Humana, and other insurance. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace covered by Medicare? Find out for free.
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-715-0835. That's 1-800-715-0835, 1-800-715-0835.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Decking the halls is much easier with a great decorator. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we'll ask our interior expert for some tabletop tips for your holiday meals. The kids from Sailor Circus will preview their high-flying holidays, plus how you can help new Suncoast mothers with basics for their babies. And Maple Hill Creamery teaches about beverage bars for holiday entertaining.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Have a great holiday. Happy holidays from ABC7.
An injured sea turtle in California has a chance for a better life, all thanks to 3D printing technology. The loggerhead turtle was found partly paralyzed with a large gap in its shell. The Birch Aquarium in San Diego teamed up with a digital media lab to use 3D printers to build the turtle a brace that fits precisely into the shell. Officials say it's working well for now, but the turtle will need another brace when it's fully grown.
My name is Caleb. I read 100 books last night.
Well, everyone knows reading is fundamental, but for a tenacious 4-year-old in Chicago, he's gone viral for reading 100 books in one day. His parents streamed Caleb's efforts live on Facebook, and social media users just ate it all up. Caleb got thousands of views, some from as far as Florida. Every time he finished 10 books, he would do a little dance, as you can see him right there. Congrats to him. A new study finds that girls are better when it comes to solving problems. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development involved almost every country in the world and found that girls outperformed boys when it comes to problem solving because girls tend to be better at social relationships, which leads to caring about solving a problem.
Stereotypically, I do think that girls are more encouraged to make relationships and care about relationships. So, you know, they're encouraged to have emotions, to ask their friends what's going on, to really work through those problems as a girl, where boys can sometimes be told, you know, don't worry about it, just move on. It doesn't matter, just do what it takes to get you there. And so I do think that girls have a leg up in that sense, that they are encouraged to be relationship builders.
Also, getting girls involved in social organizations like Girls Incorporated and others in the area that teach them social skills and often have activities and classes dedicated to problem solving, leadership, even economic literacy will help with these efforts. A group of young girls on the Suncoast are using what they learned for a school project to help animals in need. They learned how to make keychains in school and then went home to ask their parents for more crafting supplies. They made about 100 keychains and sold them, with all the proceeds benefiting Nate's Honor Animal Rescue in Lakewood Ranch. All 3 girls rescued their dogs and wanted to help a good cause.
We really love our dogs and we want to help out. And so we just picked Nate's for it, and because it's really close.
The girls made more than $330 by selling those keychains and delivered it to Nate's on Saturday. They hope to make more so that they can help more animals in the future. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, plans for a new bridge in Manatee County leaves some struggling businesses in fear, how it may affect the number of customers driving through that area. And Venice High School celebrates its football championship title, how the school is also attracting athletes for other sports when we come back.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?